My Gavanan, Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Arakir Galajerthan, the head of the modding team that has brought you Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on. It is the Kingdom of Dale. Now, we are playing as Dale, but remember, this is the Total War Submod. And by that, of course, I mean that there were no preset alliances nor enemies when this campaign started, which is why we have taken Erebor, and whilst we have some finicky goings on down in the south where we're fighting Dorwinian. Well, we're not. We're fighting against only Erebor at the moment. Anywho, this video is a day late because England on Sunday did something it never does, and it snowed. So I unfortunately was actually trapped outside of my home. I was at my girlfriend's house, and she doesn't have my computer, so I couldn't record. So here I am a day late. Snow never happens here. I can't even remember the last time it actually even snowed, let alone the amount of snow we had yesterday. It was maddeningly deep. I mean, it was great. It was fun. But for England, snow is a massive novelty. We get it once, maybe twice a year, absolute tops. So it was actually quite good. It was fun. But that's why the video is a day late. Now, there's a few other bits and bobs. I'm afraid I'm just going to be spinning around. Additionally, ModDB is currently running their Mod of the Year awards, and we have managed to be shortlisted for the top 100. So I thank you to everybody who has already voted. But to everybody else, if you wish to vote, there's a link in the description below. Go ahead and vote for us, and let's see if we can get higher than last year. I think we came 30-something. I'm not sure. Third Age Total War normally always beats us, even now. So, but it's nice just to be recognised. Additionally, I have been asked, get this, to do another Warhammer video, and I must confess that I enjoyed what I've done for the second one so much more than what I've done for the first one. So I hope you get the same enjoyment out of it, and I hope you can look past the fact that I have been conscripted, been requested to do a video for the game. So do let me know what you think when you see that video. But let's rest assured it will not replace, for those small following of the Heroes videos, it will not replace
yes, my lord.
The Heroes videos. Anywho, I think that's everything to go over for now. Well, let's consider and let's focus back on Dale. That's a 5-minute intro. That's lengthy, isn't it? Our faction leader, King Bane the Chivalrous, is currently fighting in Kirik Cathol, or he's besieging it. This is the last vestige of dwarvendom in Middle-earth. Well, dwarvendom in the north of Middle-earth, anyway. The dwarves do not have anything to the west, and they do actually have a couple more provinces out in the plains of the far northeastern Ravanian, but their main hope lies in Kirik Cathol, and when it falls, not if, when it falls, they will fall with it in... Maybe not in fact, but certainly...
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
Certainly... I can't even think of the word I want. Yes. They won't be able to mount a solid counterattack once Kirik Cathol falls. So, anyway, where's my diplomat?
My lord.
You there. I have a plan. As something that I overlooked in the last episode is that if you ally with a nation who is at war with one of your allies, the game does not stop you from doing that, and instead what the game does is it forces those two to make peace with each other. So what I'm going to try and do is ally again with Dorwinian and try and see if we can get that three-way alliance with Rune and Dorwinian happening, and then we can head out west and focus our attentions that way. That's currently the plan anyway. I plan to head west and take the supremacy of Dale to the forests of Mirkwood and beyond the Vale of Anduin. Vale of the Anduin. And I'm rather hoping that Rune will deal with Mordor for me, but that's not necessarily certain. But that's our hope. Our hope.
My lord.
Where are you going? Bergram.
By your command.
Of course, and then Bjarn is moving out. We have no money, as you can see, but we are making a slight amount of money, and we'll make an obscene amount of money once Kirik Cathol falls in 8 turns. But unfortunately, it's going to be an exercise in waiting. There's no way I'm besieging Kirik Cathol. We will get smashed. What are you saying? Yes!
Very well. What else do you have? Acceptable, but only just until we meet again.
Brilliant. We will bring the East together. We will be one grand nation. And I tell you what stands us in good stead for that is that Rune are already at war with Mordor. And now that they no longer have to be at war with Dale, they can focus on Mordor. This is excellent news. Excellent news indeed. End the term. I haven't done a developer diary for a while. I was just kind of waiting for bits and bobs, and there was other things, other factors, busyness being one of them. I'm getting very, very busy. It's not that I'm getting busy. Well, I mean, it is. I am now very busy in my job, on my day-to-day life, my 9 to 5:30 shift. I am busy. I am busy at work. And all that then has a knock-on effect into your evening, is that you come home and you're knackered. And then I do various things throughout the week anyway. Visit elderly relatives every week. I play football. All sorts of other bits and bobs. And so that just generally sees me have less and less free time. And so that free time is then divvied up in ways that I would want it to be. And so overall, whilst being busier at work means I have less free time, because you come home and you're generally tired.
Yes, my lord.
So then you look for alternative things to do.
Your orders, my lord.
Or you look for things to just relax. And so that's why I'm generally busier. Why was I saying about busier? Because the developer diary, I haven't done one for a while. Also, speaking of being busy and not knowing, the next lore video, I have no idea when I'm going to do that. Well, in fact, I do. I get 10 days off at Christmas. Only 2 weeks left until I get a 10-day holiday. And I hope to use that time to do the next lore video. So it'll be in a couple of weeks' time, maybe a few more. And we shall see. I don't know what to do yet. I have to read up on it. Somebody suggested that I do a video talking about the new Lord of the Rings TV series, but unfortunately I don't know anything about it, and I don't think we as a species at the moment know anything about it. It's all very tightly held by Amazon. I'm not sure they've even really planned out exactly what they're going to do with it yet, so I'm not going to do a video on that. Because I can't tell you, I'm afraid. I just couldn't say. Oh, the Dunedain chieftain is dead. Oh, that's Aragorn, isn't it? No, thank you. Oh, thank you. Q's stalled still. How long? 6 turns. Come on, dwarves. You should have risen up straight away. Excuse me, sorry. I'm hupping. Now, in a little bit of modding information for you, because that's one of the key things I can give you in these little videos. There is currently a crossing here that you've just seen my spy walk over, and we're kind of thinking at the moment, well, I haven't weighed in on the decision yet, but I read everything in Discord, I just sometimes don't reply. And the thinking at the moment is to remove it away from here, and this will force Dorwinion to focus south way more, and it will then leave the north between Dale and the dwarves to fight Rune, and the south for Dorwinion to fight Rune. But that land crossing will still exist, but it's most likely going to move to somewhere around here. I'd quite like it to be on a port, really, because then it simulates that it's kind of like a ferry crossing, which is why my instinct at the moment is to have the crossing here on the left-hand side of this river, not the right-hand side. Or possibly on both, boom and boom. So this is like a major crossing point. And that'll, Dorwinion then isn't going to be as focused as going all the way around there. They're not going to do that. So they should hopefully head south, but we'll see. We'll see. I hope to do some modding today, actually, when I finish recording this episode. But I apologise that it's just end turning a lot at the moment. But such is the way. Such can be the way. Oh, Woodland Realm. What news? Oh, the bloody orcs are back again. Is your beating last time not enough? You come back for more. Fools. Fools. Esgaroth.
The enemy lays siege to our people.
We smashed them once before, we can smash them again. We should probably head out and actually deal with them, you know. Oh, we don't have any money, of course. We need to finish off the dwarves, which won't take very long. In the grand scheme of things. And then we'll look to come and just nip at Mirkwood, just to kind of back them down. Just to get them off our backs. Gondor is militarily the best. Ered Luin have the most money. Misty Mountains have the most production. And Gondor are population and overall. Gondor are smashing it. But I believe they have a great deal of enemies. They have a lot of enemies. And they won't be doing anything too soon. Ah, but our money is ticking down. 5 turns. Come on, dwarves. This might see the end of the dwarves, to be honest. This might be a regicide situation. But at least you can get a little battle while we wait. The same defenders are once again called to action as Captain Taznach is to fall. 2 units of maulers and 1 of host, but we have got Dale Cavalry. Captain Marhold, what have you actually got? I can't remember. Anywho, save it. And straight to war.
Men, to arms.
I do hope and very much that you've all been reading along with Knight of the North's... oh, I still haven't done that. I can do that today. Write it down. Discord, capital letters. I do hope you've been reading along with Knight of the North stories. There is one on each Dale video so far, and I think they are amazing. And the reason I think they're good is because whilst I really like Knight's writing style is number one. It just clicks with me. There are writers that people will like and there are writers that people won't like. And I like Knight's writing style. But additionally, because if you've watched the episodes, you know what has happened. To then get a more personal representation of that is just so good. And that is why I think they're brilliant. And I would encourage the budding readers amongst you to have a flick through and have a look, because I think they are excellent. And if you are on Discord... There's a unique channel now that has been set up specifically for those kind of grand stories that gives a central location if people want to read them all without having to go onto every YouTube video and flicking through the comments like, is this the one, is this the one, is this the one? Yeah, we attacked them, didn't we? We want to go up the hill, actually. That's stupid placement. Perfect. And who is coming in? Oh, just some woodsmen, right. Speed up a bit, zoom in. They don't have any archers, so we're going to use that to our advantage. Men of Dale, it is time! Archers of Dale. Off they go. Get the Gadrots to come up. You guys come up as well, but don't shoot yet. Archers of Dale! Archers of Dale! Dale do have a really good look to their units. It's really crisp and clean and professional. I like them quite a lot, actually. And this Total War scenario makes it so much more fun. You fight against everyone and everything, rather than just orcs, 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 orcs. Maybe a bit of rune. Orcs, 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 orcs.
We're under attack.
Right, they're finally taking the bait. Drop those buggers, because they don't have any shields and they will die to your arrow fire. Oh, they're coming. Off of ×6. You keep up on those orc maulers. Up we come. No, shoot those guys in the back, actually. You're running. You're on defense. Here we go.
Our men have slain the enemy.
Oh, he's a Silver Surfer.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Golguldur Captain. Can make that, edit that. Right, in and out. Gadrots are holding that line. Get the cavalry out. Who's our captain? Oh, the archers. You're going to die. Come down and hit that Golguldur host. You keep up fire on them. They're fighting to the death. They're broken. Right, cross over and hit those. The Gadrots can hold them. You guys keep firing right to the absolute last, and then engage in melee, and we'll get the cavalry over to support you.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way.
Ah, the enemy captain is fallen.
Remains as such.
Alright, and then save the archers. Oh, they didn't charge.
The enemy army flees our foe is
oh, I should have captured them. Why did I just press the wrong
Let
button?
all who remember this day, remember it
Oh,
as
what a
the
name.
day of our most glorious victory.
That is a cracking surname. Captain Lindenkind. 162 from the cavalry, no surprises there. Longbowmen at 20 and woodsmen at 119, close behind. We really are an archer nation, aren't we? It's incredible. The Lord of the Eagles. I hear wolves' voices. Are the goblins at mischief in the woods? I'll tell you what you will be pleased to hear. My Gwent gaming mat has arrived, courtesy of a gentleman on Etsy who lives in Wales. And I absolutely love it. I'm a little bit of a fanatic like that, unfortunately. I like owning things. No, that's not a fanatic, is it? That's materialistic. Kill them all.
Victory in your name, my lord.
Yes, Lindenkind. Welcome to the army, sir. You are a worthy captain. A very worthy captain. Oh, and there you guys can be retrained again. Wow, that was marvellous. Look at Erebor. Makes more than Dale and Escroft combined. We don't even have gold mines yet. When we get those mines. Our fortunes will turn. Quite literally. What I actually want at the moment, though, more than anything, is sight range on the world. But where's my boat?
Ships ready.
You there. Bjorn!
Yes, sir. Full.
Yes, my lord.
Take Brand with you as well.
Your orders, my lord.
I know that loses us a bit more money, but
Yes.
go and see how well Mirkwood are holding Ilanin. Let's see if we can take that back.
Your
from
orders,
them.
my lord. Yes, my lord.
Making camp here.
My lord.
Where are you heading off to? Do
As you wish.
you have any missions?
I
Okay.
shall continue tomorrow. Yes, my lord.
I was hoping to find Dol Guldur. There they are.
Tomorrow's journey
And,
planned out.
Try and get map info. I'm not bothered if they have my map info. Map information is the weirdest thing. The AI hate giving it away, but I just don't understand why. It gives very little bonus. It's just nice to fill the map out. Although I suppose information is priceless and can do wonders. For those amongst you who, like me, are readers, particularly fantasy readers, you'll be pleased to note that I am enjoying Oathbringer, Brandon Sanderson's latest book. And I'm about 20% of the way through now. And I can thoroughly recommend that if you are thinking of reading it or if you've read anything else of Brandon Sanderson. So far, I've enjoyed it immensely. And I look forward to reading it. It's nice to have something to do on your lunch break. It's nice to have something to look forward to. Because otherwise your lunch break is just a bit of a waste of time, really. You just twiddle your thumbs and wait for an hour to pass. But not if you have something to do. Look at the garrison. They've absolutely wiped themselves out, the idiots. Oh! Look at that! You cowards!
Your orders, my lord. Yes.
The ship is sinking, and they have decided to ally with the rats that are chewing their very men and women up from the barrels that they are trying to climb out of. We can't do anything. This disappoints me so much.
Without
I am
question.
terribly sorry for the fact that it is just ending turn over and over. Oh, Rune haven't even made it to Rubai yet. We have some time advantage. Oh, we're allied to them. We're not even bothered. We want them to go that way. When it gets to turn 40, which is the next one, I will toggle Fog of War and we'll have a little look around the world again. Ah, we need to deal with this. I am going to attack the Woodland Realm. I know we're allies at the moment, but we're not going to be allies forever. I know their provinces aren't the best provinces, but provinces are provinces, and once the dwarves fall, the elves will follow suit. We don't particularly need what the elves give us through the alliance script. The dwarven units would have been far more useful. But the dwarven provinces are 10 times more useful than the dwarven units. So, taking them down is key and priority. Far more so than an alliance. I am going to go for Ilanin, actually. But that best unit you promised me better be something good.
Taking the troops ashore.
Your orders, my
No,
lord.
they've got hardly anything in there.
We shall
Bjorn, you're the
engage.
son of Brand, are you not?
As you command.
Oh, no, where are you? Oh. You are the son of Halward and Matilda. You are, in fact, Brand's cousin. And you do have a striking resemblance to King Bard from the Hobbit movies. That's our whole family tree at the moment. It's not looking good, is it? Everyone's a child. Although we do have 4 men in waiting and all blood relatives. If Brand... Oh, and we've got Lindenkind as well, of course, who was recently adopted into Brand's family. He is Brand's adopted brother. And he has potential to be our king if everyone else were to die. Now, when we actually have money, we can start making even more money. Money gets you money. Oh, it's turn 40 and I didn't do the toggle fog war, did I? I get so lost on tangents and all sorts. Other key developments in the world of modding at the moment are that with various little tweaks and turns here, there and everywhere, Angmar are actually in recent test campaigns surviving, and not only surviving but winning in Eriador. Enidwyth now actually have a bit of a backbone and are holding off against Dale. Lots and lots and lots of tweaks from people, the likes of Hummingbird and Racer, doing various campaign tweaks. And then our testers finally testing and just giving us feedback on those tweaks. And it's wonderful. It's working in harmony at the moment. I have not done very much in a very long time. I have plans and some things in my mind about how DaC will continue to unfold. I shall put them into action soon enough. But my actual work rate on the mod is virtually non-existent now, to be honest. I do the odd thing here, there, and everywhere, but there is now somebody that can do everything that I could do. So in days gone by, there were various things that only I could do, and now we're at a point where there is nothing that I can do that no one else can. So now the garrison they now have is down to a pathetic size, but owing to the ridiculous amount of fully upgraded defenders that they'd gain if we were to attack them, it is still just not sensible to do it. I know it's boring, I do, but it just does not make sense to attack this city, because we'll lose. And if we don't lose, we will lose a substantial amount of our army, no matter how well I try and fight it. I didn't toggle fog of war again. We'll go at turn 44, or just, we'll do it in a minute. No matter how well I try and fight, the battle map for Kirid Gathol does not support strategy, really. You have one option in dwarven settlements, and that is to push to the centre. Everywhere you fight is a closed corridor, and in those situations, the dwarves best us 9 times out of 10. Captain Ishmog, you have got some archers, but otherwise you've got a pathetic army. We're going to slaughter you.
Muster your courage, men.
You've built roads as well.
March into battle.
Did I build those roads, or did they build the roads? I'm not too sure.
The tide of battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
Yeah, you're all right where you are. Just start shooting straight away. The black arrows fly, whistling through the air. Making mincemeat of the armour of the Uruks. Captains of turned Easterlings file out, leading the Orcs in charge. Believing that they can hold this small Dalian force. As the longbows, or the great wood yew-bows of Dale, fly and twang. Every arrow fells an Orc. 10% of the enemy have fallen before they have even started marching out onto the plain proper. But the enemy returns arrows in reply. And they are shrugged off by the Hearthguard and Royal Archers of Dale. Right, Hearthguard are better in the melee, but there's more of them. They're going for him for some reason. Yeah, they are. Oh, no, they're not. Turn and fight. We'll take them in melee. He's going for it. He's going for him. Oh, no. He's not him. His friend. Oh, a solid attack. He's covered a distance of about 20 meters. He's managed to dance around an Uruk, but he dropped him on the first hit. How are our Hearthguard holding up? They have a melee attack of 10 and a 24 total defense. Dogaldor host have a 7 and an 8, vastly outclassed. And the Royal Archers have an 11 melee attack with a spear as well and a 21 total defense. So they're very comparable to one another.
I stand as your
We are, of course, massively outnumbered, though. We don't really have the speed on them this time, though. Can we get Bjarn out? Bjarn is already out. I'm not bothered about those archers. Go and shoot them. You're doing a really bad job at not being in melee, aren't you? And the Hearth Guards are taking a bit of a pounding. Ah, but they are evening the score massively. There we are, that should do it.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
But the odds are a little more in your favour now, although Bjarn's all the way out there, bugger. Oh, the archers are going for melee. Ah, the archers are coming in for melee. How many are you up against, Bjarn? 96. You are... There are 3... You are 3 times outnumbered. And Bjarn's out there actually fighting. Oh, against their captain by the looks of it. Oh, yeah, he is. It's captain on captain. You. Push out, come on. He's only a captain, you're a general. The archers have stepped in to help because they know that... Oh, they may have run out of arrows, actually. Push out to get Bjarn. Get Bjarn back behind the line, come on.
Our men have slain the enemy general.
Yes!
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Oh, no. No. Exactly the same time Bjarn has died. God Christ. Well, bugger.
We've lost half of our men.
I know we have. I'm not risking losing Brand as well. Come on, run faster. You should be faster than orcs. Why are you not faster than orcs?
The battle seems to be swinging in our favour. From such, our army is tiring.
It's the archers. We're absolutely outnumbered. Oh, we should have won that. We should really have won that. Well, I think we still can. Unfortunately, we have lost Bjarn. I mean, that is a thing.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours. The enemy army flees the field, be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Oh, no. 284 the Hearthguard took down. Bjarn only 157 and he's dead. And he's dead! It's because of the running away thing, isn't it? They form out into a weird line. And so the captain is always then at the back. So when you turn to face, he's then at the front. Because they don't move around quick enough. Because he's always got to be on the left-hand side. Because of stupid
We have
things.
triumphed! My lord,
And no, look, Merc would have buggered off.
Honor have conquered.
Oh, new generals can always be recruited. It's just nice to keep the named ones. Also, I find myself thinking, what is Knight of the North going to write about with all of these generals dying? But I shouldn't play the game based on what might or not be written about them. Oh, Gondor and Dol Amroth have ceased their hatreds. Mirkwood do not like me. No surprises there. Bjarn has died. Shigelda has been born. Brand is now a veteran warrior and Band is a shield bearer. He's died on the plains of Vidigavia. Oh, Christ as well. Look at that. And he's immediately been replaced with Haid. Oh, we've got money. We're making money.
Yes, taking the troops ashore.
Yes, my lord.
Where's the
With
diplomat?
honor.
Yes, my lord.
Untrustworthy foe, what lies do you bring us then?
I don't really want to give it to these people. Oh, they don't have it. Oh, that's my... that's my holdings. Oh, no, I'll tell you what we could do, actually. We could... Don't bother with that. And, just demand money from them. Just extorting them, basically.
I must inform you another course of wisdom to share.
Why did they not give me 10,000 for Ilanin? Alright, how about 1,500 for... No, I want money. I want money. 8,000. No, that's not going to work. Make single payment. I want the money now. I don't want it over a set amount of turns. It's going down with every time I ask for it, though, isn't it? Right, let's scrap with the map information. We won't bother with that. Now give me 10,000 gold.
I must inform you.
They're having none of it, are they?
Please continue with your suggestions.
Well, I don't want to give it to you if you're gonna, but then you're gonna take it in one turn anyway. It just makes, if I can get even, I don't know, 5 grand for it, then that's better than just letting them walk in and take it. And I can't get my diplomat. I can't use him now in Dorwinion. I wouldn't want to give it to Dorwinion either, to be honest. I mean, I'd rather Mirkwood got it, and then I can just nip back and take it in the next turn or so. Oh, come on. Come on. It's because 5,000 was only very generous. Was still very generous. They don't even want it. You don't even have 6 grand.
We welcome your further good reason.
You're rubbish. All right, give me 4,000 for it. And I want map info. This is so annoying. Oh, you have loads of provinces at the moment. Not for much longer. 3,500, no map information, final offer. Take it or leave it. You don't... Oh, Christ. I mean, maybe they're using foresight and they know that they can actually just get it. I mean that's a possibility here, but I really don't want to give it to Dorwinion. I really don't want Dorwinion to get it. Right, we can get some free upkeep, which is first on our list. So yes, please.
Yes.
Burkalpis cannot get free upkeep yet because it doesn't have the building required for it. So let's get that, and then we can at least get free upkeep here, which will also bring us that very unit, allowing them to then be free. No, wrong one. Dalesmen, that's them. That's another free upkeep guaranteed. Likewise, Grasgard, if you get Meeting Hall, then you'll have free. That's another unit off the list. Dale, can you train me a unit of those? Thank you very much. Bring those back to Dale, and then the unit that you're about to recruit will go to Erebor and be part of the garrison. You can have more than one upkeep here, can't you? Yeah, might as well make that 2. And Billmen are better than Dalesmen, so we'll just pad everyone out with units first, and then we'll move to start making money. So let's just get garrisons up. I mean, even if I trained all 3 of those units, even if it was possible, they're not going to stand up against that army. So, even with Brand and Hyde in tow. But we could get an army. But then no, we want to use our money to get money. That's the plan. Use money to get money. You can have another free upkeep as well, and I do think it's advisable. 2 wherever possible. Ah, your little army could... No, your little army is... I'll tell you what, that's a plan. Hyde.
Yes, my lord. Yes.
I can't break you away yet. End the turn. Hyde, you're going to go west. You're going to join with Lindenkind, and the 2 of you are going to go and start whipping Dol Guldur into shape. Brand, you're going to stay on the east, because we're probably going to need to split the army that's currently attacking Cirith Gathol. Cirith Gathol now has to rise up and attack us, or they have no choices left. I will let you have a ceasefire. We'll go with trade rights. I want map information, though. But you have to give me... Ah, well, if I can't take Cirith Gathol, then I want Talathang and Miriron.
The king will be insulted when he... Diplomacy
Oh, your
has
king's going to be
failed,
insulted, is he?
Sir.
Oh, well, he's about to be dead, so I'm sure I'm not that bothered. It's disappointing, unfortunately, that the AI just cannot see the bigger picture, which is no real fault. I mean, the game came out a long time ago. It couldn't utilise the best of the best. But if, like, they would accept that deal, really, because they must see that they're about to lose their faction leader and their biggest and best city. A human player probably would take that deal and then try to recoup in the safety that then follows the ceasefire. Right, well, we'll fight. What the hell? I've got the time today, fortunately. The snow has meant that I'm not playing football. It's a Monday, by the way, if you're wondering. And so I can fight it. So let's do it. Let's kill Thorin. The only thing I don't like is that Thorin is clearly Thorin from the movie. But of course it isn't that Thorin. It's a different Thorin, as I've said before, and most of you will know anyway. But the fact that the portrait is the same Thorin will definitely lead people to believe that that is Thorin. And so I'd quite like to... In fact, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to change that guy's portrait because I do not like it. We'll have him look like someone else. Oh, bugger. It's a broken battle map. Welcome to Kirikathol. They've got reinforcements coming in, possibly from the very top of this hill, and then they will not be able to get down to the battle map, and this is one where I would very much need... I might need to quit out, save it, and turn on the timer, and then come back in, because I think this is going to bug out. I think this is going to bug out hard. For now, let's just put everyone down there, and we'll move them in a minute.
The enemy have brought up more men.
So, the enemy are there. And coming in from up there. Only time will tell if they actually can get to us. I really don't think they can. The reinforcements almost certainly cannot. No, they can't walk through there. Ah! Perfect. The timer is on. Brilliant. Brilliant. Because we're going to need it. This battle isn't going to go anywhere. Nothing's going to happen. Right, archers, let's go and just try and kill as many as we can. Pick up your bows, men. I stand as your captain. We'll take the Dalesmen because they are the easiest to replace. They are cheap, cheerful, and they do the job wonderfully. So the Billmen, the Gadrorts, those men, the more expensive privateers, you guys all hang back. Set yourselves up on the top of this hill here. Oh, you can't do that. There you go, walk up there. Into positions, please. Ah, they are able to get down. Ooh, so they are actually going to come for us. The reinforcements, however, look like they're not even going to enter the battlefield. So. Right, we've got quite a nice hill here, actually. Get the archers in. Javs it in front. And the Dalesmen form a line there. In defensive mode, which isn't normally that great for Dalesmen, but it'll work this time. Now, the Royal Archers have armor-piercing arrows, which we welcome, but they're the only ones that do. Ah, the reinforcements look like they might be able to walk. Is that going to actually happen? Are they going to do that? Well, we'll see, I suppose. Time will tell. So let's pull our main line down. We might actually need them. It looks like they're going to walk around the edge of the map where you can walk on any kind of terrain by the looks of it. And then drop down to the point of the map where they can enter, right down here. If that is actually going to happen, that's brilliant. That is excellent news to know that that works. Yeah, because normally you would not be able to walk on this kind of terrain. But the fact that they are moving indicates to me that there is a way for them to join the battle. Although it looks like they're making a beeline for it, and they're not going to be able to do anything if they come in there. Oh, there they are. Ah! Brilliant! We can fight and win today. Good. So who came in the reinforcements? 75 Dale Cavalry. Dwarven Labourers, our new arch enemy. And Erebor warriors, fully upgraded Erebor warriors. Sporting the large shields of Erebor. The Athala Rangers, as is their wont, are firing on the dwarves already, which will speed up the charge of the... bugger. Go out there, get out there. Billman down to the bottom. Swordman, you're the least... You're the one I'm going to use the least here because you have very little benefit to me. But get those Lake Town pikemen in. I'm not having the cavalry decimate us again. Oh, look at them. Upgraded Lake Town pikemen as well. Perfect. Charging through with their breastplates. Cavalry is just standing there and taking. Oh, they've lost loads. Charge straight out. We haven't lost Vidasith yet. And his pikemen are about to slaughter these traitors. Men of Dale who have turned tail on their nation for gold and promises of wealth. Fools. Pikemen cover the ground at great speed. Closing in on the cavalry who are just standing, and they're just going to take it. They kick up to a bit of a charge right into the lines of pikemen. And they fall by the thousands. If there were thousands, they'd fall in their thousands. The enemy, realising what's happening, are now trying to pull back to save their cavalry, but it is way too late.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
The cavalry, it's like every cavalry, as soon as they are looked at by a pikeman, they die. It's just not even fair,
The
is
enemy
it?
are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Pull back. Go to there. Get the good rorts to come down to there. Get the Dalesmen to turn around. Keep shooting them, keep shooting them. It doesn't matter that they're armoured and they have shields. Enough arrows will get through anything. The mightiest man may be slain by one arrow, and Boromir was pierced by many. Pikes down, men! Pikes down! Oh, he's given up. He's like, oh, bloody hell, this armor's heavy. Get out of my way! Swarthy looking down. Are we ready, everyone? The moment's about to happen.
We await your command.
As the pikes drop. They stand ready. Right, what's happening in the field? Archers, cease fire. Javelins, cease fire. Save yourselves. Curve yourselves around a bit more. The enemy's not that keen, by the looks of it, on coming for our where we want our line to be, so...
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
I'll move down a bit. Feel free to fire at will again if you can. You guys get a bit closer and lower, and you are also now free to fire at will once you're in position. Dale Cavalry charge straight into... Oh, look at that.
Without him, his troops. Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
Captain Thrur has fallen. But Thorin, remember, Thorin is here. Thorin is on this battlefield. He is going to take a long time to get to us.
Much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
In fact, they are only just crossing in. The time limit's really not going to be doing them any favours. We know that they can get to us because cavalry and infantry can walk on the same terrain, so we know that they can get here.
Men of Dale.
It's just a question of how long it will take.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory
Don't shoot
will be
the
ours.
cavalry while the pikemen are taking them down. Right, hold up. We know where they're coming from. Let's get a bit better terrain. They're always coming over that ridge there, aren't they? If I put them up there, they'll do arcing shots. It won't actually be as good as you think. They're walking around and they're coming down the same way that the enemy came, so they're keeping that high line there. But if they are going to keep coming over that ridge, then let's just curl our archers around there like that. The javelins out in front, and go back to using the dalesmen. We don't really need the Gudrorts or the Lake Town pikemen anymore. And we certainly don't want those guys up against dwarves. They're of no purpose. They were here to kill cavalry and they've done their job. Right, and we'll get you guys to come round and be like real flankers. Time 6. Let's see it done. Everyone is free to fire at will. Everyone is in position. The enemy doesn't stand a chance. Dalesmen, hold your line. They're not really like these types of units, and the billmen and the privateers. They're all better if they're charging the enemy. They're not line units, but they're the best units against dwarves, so that's why we've got them out in the front. And here comes the dwarves. There are labourers leading the front of the... Or are they warriors? No, I think they're warriors. Coming down at the front there. There's some mattocks coming down. They're definitely warriors. Or are they axe throwers? I think they might be axe throwers. Yeah. Ah, there's the royal bodyguard of Erebor. That could be Thorin, or it could be the other one. They are labourers, yeah. So they're the labourers with their captains in tow. Some more labourers and some more bodyguards with some more labourers nettled in. So it's a really poor army that's coming towards us. And they're going to be under arrow fire for a long time before they get to us. Move out. As soon as you can, start shooting them. Waste no quarter. Right, let's keep the camera still. That's the only... there are many features. Now, having played Warhammer 2, the latest installment in the Total War series, there are quite a few features that when you come back to Med 2, you do miss. Overall, I must confess, I do think Med 2 is still a shining example of Total War series at its best. And there is so much better in this game than there are in the later games, in my opinion. But there are things in the later games. They're like ease of... They're like not ease of use. They're like... What's the word I want? Not ease of life, but I can't think of the word. Basically, they're things that make life just a little bit better. They're not amazing or groundbreaking, but they make life better. For example, contactless credit cards and bank cards is one of those... I cannot remember the name, but it's just something that makes life easier. And there's a lot of things like that in the later installments. Ah, they're separating out. I'll tell you what we might do then. We're going to charge the buggers. You for the warriors. You for the royal guard. You for the royal guard. No one is on defensive mode anymore. You guys charge in. No, do it the other way. You guys go for those. And you on the next ones. Oh, they are axe throwers. Oh, there's Mattock warriors in there as well. And you guys go on those. And the two privateers just kind of run to there. We'll see what we need to do with you in a moment. Ah, we're going to need you down there, actually. So, I tell you what, if you privateers go for those, you guys go for those, you guys pull to the left a bit just out of the way, and then we'll curl you around and use you in a moment. There we are. Billman. Ah, they're fleeing. Hit the Royal Guard instead. The enemy will get slaughtered by this much armor-piercing charging at them. It's not even going to be a fight. The only unit that is going to survive and do damage here are the Royal Guards, and we've got our best unit up against both of them.
If we continue like this,
you guys stop firing.
Smash the enemy.
Stop firing. Cease fire! Cease fire! The billmen are coming around. Speed it up as the enemy dies. Now, a lot of our units will go with them.
Bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Oh, the axe throwers are giving us the bloody runaround. But with the billmen in there as well now, it's not long. Excuse me, sorry. I don't know which one is Thorin and which one is the backup. Because it's not the Thorin. It's not he's not unique enough to have his own battle model, so he doesn't really stand out. Oh, bugger. Some of the warriors made it through. How did warriors make it through? Yeah, they did. Billman, pull yourselves out. Pull yourselves out. Pull yourselves out. If you're not fighting, pull out. I've got some units that I would like to meet the axe throwers. Ah, the warriors have fallen. Oh, no need. No need. Cease and desist. They've charged the billman. Look at them go. Good luck, Bror. You too, Thror. They've charged in unison. And unfortunately, they will die. The billmen aren't even bothered. They haven't even turned around. No! Thror! My brother! Droki was the general who was not Thorin, and he has died. Oh, look at him go. 1-on-1. Brought in a battle rage. Even more outraged that the men aren't even bothered by him. They haven't even turned around. He's in a little 1-on-1. Oh, he's got a good clean carve across the chest. But a nice riposte by the billman. And it's a bit of a shield and a stab. He keeps getting some good swings over the top. Braw just does not know how to take on this many enemies. And a good clean hit on his shoulder. And another again to the same place. Oh, and another billman steps in and takes a swing. Thorin fights just beyond. He's practically... You can hear the death screams of Thorin's elite guard. His blood boiled. Complete berserker rage. But he just can't break through. Everyone's a bit tired now. They're in a bit of a standoff. Oh, a block from the right-hand side and a good cleave onto the leg of the billman. But he repays the favour. Someone sweep his legs. Come on, he's a midget. Oh, a jab to the back of the head. His helmet brushes the blow off. But 2 blocks, he's unsteadied. And another hit comes down on his shoulder again. But his shoulder pads are holding firm. Blocking over and over. And he's finally swept away. Square into that same shoulder again. He's weakened the shoulder pad and eventually breaks through. Braw, like Thror, dies. Thorin can hear the death scream of Braw, knowing he is now the sole surviving dwarf on this battlefield. The only thing that stands between us and the great mountain of Kirikathal that lies in the distance, looming overhead as a god watches on. Unmoved, the mountain's might not rising to face the threat of humankind. And surrounded, utterly cut off, totally overwhelmed, exhausted and broken, Thorin can do nothing but block and block and block and block until he can block no more. There's our general. And Thorin dies, and only 83 humans died today. And 27 of those were killed by our own people. But the most kills goes to the Athala Rangers. Sheer distance giving them the boost. I suppose the horses have no protection against arrows, and they fall easily. Now, this episode has been slightly longer, partly out of guilt for being a day late, partly out of guilt for the fact that it's just been end turning over and over and over, but also because I had the time, and I enjoy every campaign I've got going at the moment. That's the key. I look forward to every single recording, and that gives you oomph, that gives you impetus, determination. As with Erebor, we will live in harmony with the dwarves. This is not a conquest. This is simply a forced alliance, is what we should call it. We are not conquering. We are not killing. We are just joining with them. We came to the dwarves in our time of direst need, and we begged for their assistance. We begged King Dane. We begged his lords, Gimli and Gloin. and Thorin of the Iron Hills, and we begged them for mercy and assistance in our troubling time. The forces of Rune grew in the east. We could not hold them on our own. We needed the dwarven support. And what did the dwarves do to us? They shut their doors, exclaiming they'd already given us all the gold we could ever need. What more could our greedy hearts have wanted? Ah, Brunhild and Lindenkind, well done. And an Archer's Guild, and we can actually afford it. Excellent news. We had no choice but to fight against the dwarves. And we have succeeded. Oh, you can't even recruit anything because you don't have a recruitment slot. Wrong one.
Yes, my lord.
Hide, new plan.
Yes, taking the troops ashore.
Yes,
Keep
my
that
lord.
castle. I should have kept those buildings.
Your
Brand, you can finally build me towers. Yes.
With honor. This
You are
tower will
reduced
keep
to a
vigil over the lands.
nothing more than a tower
Yes.
constructor, but you can bloody do it. You're building that. Why are they not free upkeep now? Oh, because they don't have the trait, because they're mercenary units, of course. Mercs, free upkeep. I've made a little list. I will do some modding. I'll get that resolved. So instead, train them because they will be free upkeep. That's annoying. Mirkwood and the Woodland Realm have gone to war. Ooh, that's interesting news. Everything's building. We get 6,000 gold we now make. 6,000 gold. Get a Mason's Hall in Erebor and then get me some mines. Exactly the same here, please. Where's the Mason's Hall? There it is. Is there anything here we cannot use? No. Oh, it had an Oricani Clan Hall. Wow. No, we can use everything. So, lower the tax rate. Now, why? Why bother? They don't hate us. That's a show of the fact, as I say, we are not here as conquerors. We are here
Yes, my lord.
in an hour of need. And the dwarves have welcomed us in.
Your orders,
With
my lord.
open arms and open hearts.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
No, I need a cavalry general, really. Cavalry
Yes.
generals are quicker. There's no two
Taking
ways about it.
Yes,
They
my
have more
lord.
movement points if they have a horse. They can nip about. Right, what was I doing? You are moving into Erebor, where you'll get
As
free
you
upkeep.
wish.
Perfect. Lindenkind. If I could... Esgaroth doesn't really need... Now we've got money, we don't really need... They're not free upkeep, don't bother with them. I think I'll make that amendment on this version so that I can get that. No, what does it matter? They cost nothing. That's the end. How many free upkeep can you take? 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Dale, what about you? You're only on 3 at the moment, and that's 2,470. But we're making good money, so let's get the free upkeep. Let's go down that path. Train me. Yeah, Billmen are very good. Very good. A couple of units of those, they'll go in the fort, and that will be our anti-Dolgaldor force. So Lindenkind and your army, I'm going to send the boat back. If you could sail south and join them in Ilanin. Ilanin is a castle, i.e. it's a perfect place to start an army. And so that's what we're going to do. So as quick as we can, let's try and get an army set up there. Right, it's turn 43. I'm going to end the episode, but not before we have a little look at the world, just for our own purposes, if I could spell the word toggle properly. Ah, Rune really not doing that great. Dorwinian and Rune are arguably equals at the moment. They really are. But when Rubar and Winterni all fall, and the dwarves have those 4, we already knew that. Mordor, oh good god, Gondor is taking a right chunk out there. Isengard are smashing all over them. But Captain General Boromir is out there. But Gondor and Dol Amroth are no longer at war, which might help. But Umbar is doing really well. Umbar, are you at war with Harad? No, you're allied to Harad. But you are enemies of Khand. That's interesting. Harad are enemies of Khand. Umbar are only enemies with Dol Amroth. They're allied to Gondor. Umbar are allied to Gondor and Harad. But they're at war with Dol Amroth, who are only at war with Umbar now. And who still own Dol Amroth. So that's an interesting one. That means Harad is kind of on the side of Gondor indirectly. Who is currently at war with Mordor? Only Gondor and Rune. And Rune, are you actually fighting Mordor? Are we actually seeing that? Oh, yes, you are. Excellent. It's working, everyone. It's working. Dol Guldur really taking up the slack, though. It's an interesting world, really. Looking at the little map there, not much is happening up in the north, though, so all the same here. But anyway, we're doing well, and the arrow still points deep into the heartlands of the dwarves. I shouldn't look at the dwarves, but we already have done, and we already know they have nothing to stop us. So let's just get it over with. Let's just end this. Leave behind some of the dalesmen, I suppose.
My lord. Orders.
Pad out the rest of them.
My lord.
Leave behind those. Are you going to hate me with those?
With
yes,
honor.
you are going to hate me very much with those. Ah, but with a low tax rate, you don't. And we can even... No, that's armor. That's armor. That's nothing to do with them. Maybe leave something else. The army we're facing now is nothing. We're not really worried about it. But they won't have any cavalry, I suppose, so leave the good dwarves.
By your command.
Yeah, we'll leave those two.
Yes.
King Bane,
Yes.
head out and finish this.
Your orders,
Vidicith will build towers and then come with you.
We
But
shall
that'll be that.
continue
So thank you very
tomorrow.
much for watching, if indeed you have. I hope you've enjoyed this hour-long episode. There might be another hour-long episode this week, but it won't be of Dale. Presidius rises. But for now, and until we speak again, dear friends, Navarre den Perimad Melonin, and farewell.